this is my mise-en-scene explanation video, and this video is basically just to explain what mise-en-scene is and how we kept that in mind and what we wanted to bring up in the production of our opening sequence, Iris. So mise-en-scene directly means everything within the frame. So that will include costume, set, makeup and hair, location, lighting, performance, everything that the viewer will be able to see in the frame, but it doesn't include things like sound because it's not to do with the frame itself. So the reason why it's so important is the fact that from mise-en-scene you can distinguish era, gender, age, location, atmosphere. So for example, if something was set in Paris, you'll be able to tell if there's an Eiffel Tower in the background, or if something is a horror but it's still set in the modern day, you may have the cast members just in normal clothes, sort of from today, but you'll have dim lighting. And it may be set in like a haunted house, so you'll get a glimpse from that. So these are things that we were kind of looking for in terms of mise-en-scene for our piece. So for set, we knew we wanted something kind of abandoned, sort of quite dingy, sort of basement-like, something where, you know, we didn't want it to be very location specific. We didn't want you to be able to look at it and think, yes, that's in a warehouse or something like that. And we also wanted things where it was somewhere quick to hide. So that's why we got like the boxes and stuff, which I'll explain later. But we didn't want to avoid confusion, so we basically just wanted to make it look very basement-like. So the audience don't really need to know more than this is somewhere like a basement that they're quickly hidden in. But it's sort of quite grimy, you know, quite dirty, abandoned, you know, it hasn't been there in, like, people haven't been in there in a long time. It's a really good hiding spot. So that's the kind of, you know, what we wanted to get through the mise-en-scene. So we kept, you know, in the choice of location, which I'll go on to now, you know, we wanted something that kind of reflected that. So onto the location. We set it in a real basement at Ewhurst House. It was very easy to dress, which was something which we really wanted in the choice of location. But it's already quite dirty, so we decided to just keep with that. And the walls, they've got like darker spots on them and lighter spots on others. The floor, it was really nice and dirty, sort of brick-like, which gives us the kind of abandoned kind of atmosphere that we wanted. The only difficulty for us was the amount of space for the camera, because we were shooting in basically a corner of the room, as you probably see in our sequence, meaning it was quite difficult to operate the camera and stand behind it. So at some points we did have to sort of lean up against the wall to see the camera, but that was the only real difficulty with the location. But it really reflected exactly what we wanted in terms of having it being an abandoned basement, but we could still put our own little flair onto it with the boxes. So yeah, in terms of makeup wasn't really necessary for us. It wasn't something that we really strongly considered as something necessary for the mise-en-scene. However, we did know that in the choice of casting Kendra and with the kind of makeup that she would wear, we wanted her to look really, really pretty. So it's kind of unexpected and it defies the normal stereotypes when she pulls out the gun and suddenly the powerful one in the situation. So I think definitely having her be very, very pretty, very beautiful, it does, you know, make the mise-en-scene more interesting in terms of stereotypes. For hair, again, we were non-specific with this. We knew that it's set kind of modern times, so the haircuts and the hairstyles of the cast members already, since they're of the right age group, we're in the right era, it just worked. So the actors' haircuts were perfect, really, for what we would have wanted. So for costume, we did have a bit of a discussion about costume. We wanted something possibly like Lara Crofty. So it's something that maybe someone could walk on the street with, I'm supposing. But like more relaxed, I would say, than Lara Croft type costumes. So relaxed, yet kind of spy-like. Something that they could easily move in because we knew that they would be doing a bit of action work within the scene and probably onwards in the film. And we wanted to keep it kind of a black and white kind of scheme to keep those monotone colours. Otherwise, I don't think the idea of spies and the whole kind of thriller kind of theme would carry on. And it wouldn't be as effective if we had, say, them wearing blue. For props, we have the gun, so that really just keeps with the whole spy thing, you know, having her holding like a handgun. It's really powerful, really action-packed, really just adds to it, adds to the whole spy atmosphere. The boxes adds the abandonedness, it fills the set. You can do different levels with it. The dust sheets, again, they look quite dirty as an item in itself. So it just adds to that kind of, this is put away, this is covered up, kind of abandonedness. Newspaper, again, get the idea of the boxes are filled, it hasn't been touched in a while, it's all dirty. Clothes, again, you know, clothes on the floor, clothes in the boxes, clothes everywhere, you know, it gets the idea of, you know, this place hasn't been cleaned in a while. And for lighting, by putting it in the other section of the room, we wanted to create these big shadows, and by doing that, it creates a new intensity, a new form of action when they're running in, but it's also quite mysterious and it creates these big shapes when they're looking through the boxes, and it just adds to it. It really just adds to the atmosphere, it adds to the kind of adrenaline of what's happening. It's extra shapes rather than just having 3 actors. It just almost adds more actors in a sense. So yeah, overall with our mise-en-scene, we definitely wanted to get over the idea of spies. You know, this is a mission. No matter whose it is a mission. And we also wanted to get the idea that they have just run in here. You know, it's abandoned. They're not going to be found here from whatever they're running from. And, you know, this place has not been cleaned in a while. This place has been left as it is for whatever reason. And, you know, we just wanted to get that sense of this is somewhere where they have just found it and they are going to be safe. Or so they think.